floating down an empty street. And out on the highest hill, I'm a voice in the fog. And I am the spirit of a dog. And I'm so far from home, though I've never left. And I'm one of a kind, just like all of the rest. But after the storm, but I'll be gone. 'Cause we're hollowed out and our hearts are sore from having too much and then asking for more. But it's so hard to remember what it's all about. When you were the edge of a fire that's burning now. Sweeter the wild weather, or when birds above the trees, where rocks in the river and leaves in the breeze, where sunlight shining on the darkest clouds. Yeah, we're two hearts beating when the thunder's too loud. After the storm, I'll be gone. If you're singing, oh, you're singing the saddest song. I'll sing along. Thank you so much. Can you guys keep that applause going for Kate Henderson? Man, incredible. So there's a bit of a gamble you take when you play a double bill with someone you've never heard play before. It's a gamble I'm playing dearly for now. She was amazing. Shit. That's a shit of terror, not yeah. No. How you guys going? You all right out there? Can you all just like yell out an adjective to describe how you're feeling? Brilliant. There's a shit, and I really like that you said shit because, you know, some honesty. I'm going to be honest, and let's try it again. Just yell out a really honest word. A lot of these guys out here said great and good. You can say it again if it's true, but don't bullshit us, all right? Right, how are you feeling? Someone said gross and someone said sexy. I really like this. This is a brand new song, which, I don't know, a lot of these are probably brand new for all of you guys, but this one, if I say that, it gives me an excuse to stuff it up. But it's a song for people who are just struggling to get through. And the There's someone over here doing shit, and there's someone feeling gross, so it's for you guys. I'm by your side, so that you will not forget. We all come from nothing, and nothing's all we're gonna get. I wish that I could save you. Wish that I could just be your friend. I wish that I could make it all work out in the end. This is all I can be for you. This is all I can be for you. This is all I can be for you. I feel your fears like they're my own. Hold your hopes until they're gone. I see you walking down a long and lonely road. How I wish that I could help. Come down there and carry your load. I just know that you'd be better off if you do this on your own, on your own. This is all I can be for you. Yeah, this is all I can be for you. This is all I can be. There's a time to keep on running, and there's a time for standing still. And I was never any good at telling which was which, but I know that you will. And I hope that I am with you when you overcome it all. And I hope you can see clearly where you feel that stirring in your soul, in your soul. So this is all I can be. This is all I can be for you. This is all I can be for you. This is all I can be for you. Thank you. We practiced that just that synchronized drinking we just did, just bang, bang. Just making sure everyone noticed. All right, this is another song. And I really liked when Kate was talking about how sometimes you write a song and you're not really sure. I don't know, you write these things in your bedroom or your lounge room or whatever, and you don't know how they're going to land until you sing them to people. And I wrote this one and I completely forgot about it. And then I was in a hospital playing. I used to do this thing where I go and play to people in a hospital ward. You guys are thinking, Tim's a pretty good dude, isn't he, if he does that? You haven't really thought about it because it's actually a captive audience. And oh, you got a terminal illness. Do you want some sad folk to go with that? That'll, really lighten the mood. No, sorry. My tuning banter gets a bit weird. I'm very sorry. Anyway, this one time, I was playing in this, in the oncology ward. Is that a thing? I don't know. That's what they said. And they said, don't go and see this woman. She's crazy. She's going to yell at you. And I said, it's all right. I can cope with that. So I went in and I played a song to her. And she'd lied on the bed, facing the other way. And then when I finished the first song, I was like, yeah, mate, she's not that keen. And she sort of looked over her shoulder and said, play another one. I said, all right. Anyway, I sort of said, this is a song about, I got a song about home, like, where are you at? And she goes, she was a Warlpiri woman and she hadn't been home for 4 years. And she said, I'm never going to get home. I'm going to die in this hospital bed. So sorry to bring the mood down, everyone. Sort of, this is what you get on a folk night. Anyway, I sung this song to her and said, this is a song about home. And it's one of those moments you realise that maybe this was the moment I wrote the song for. And we both had a cry and it was great.
We wake up from the dream, we're free. We'll leave this place with everything we need. Nothing on our backs and nothing on our feet, and nothing in our minds but an idea to see. In between the dawnlight and the tops of the trees, in between the low hills and the edge of the sea, around a fire, there's you and me, warming our hands in the backs of our knees, singing, oh yeah, this is how we find it. Oh no, it's nothing like we thought that it would be, this is how we find home. We find home.
Can you guys hear my guitar? No, I had a weird vibe as well. No, that's okay. We can come back from here. Yeah. I think you should listen to the violin. It's really, really good. No, it's great. Yeah. Anyway.
We're made beautiful creatures who've been cast out on their own. Their faces and their voices might be nothing like our own. We might not understand them, but we'll feel it in our bones. Searching for the same place, searching for home. Singing, oh yeah, this is how we find it. Oh no, it's nothing like we thought that it would be. No, this is how take us down to where the wide river flows. And we'll hear our hearts beating, we'll hear a wild wind blow. When it's cold and our names are, this how we'll know. And oh yeah, this is how we find it. Oh no, it's nothing like we thought that it would be. No, this is how. Oh, this is how.
Thank you so much. It's actually part of our act. We'll stop through the songs and yeah, it's good. Can you guys give a round of applause for Maggie, who's just sat down, but she'll be back. There's a very good chance that was me, everybody, so don't go blaming Kevin. Can you actually give him a round of applause for being a total legend of a sound guy? If this is your first time seeing me play, I get quite into it and I forget to thank the sound guy, and it's a mortal sin, I think. This next song, I grew up in the Adelaide Hills. Is anyone else from the Adelaide Hills here? One person, two people, yep. Three people. We are all related, those people. Yeah, that's good. You can hear that guitar now, can't you? Yeah. That was a good pickup, Emma. Thank you. We didn't solve it on stage at the time. Anyway, back to the story. I grew up in the Adelaide Hills, and up there's this the main freight line, like the train line that sort of winds through the hills and whistles its way through the night. Is up there, and I remember one night I was about 16 or 17. I was on my way home from a party, and I was sick of being 16 or 17. And it was the middle of the night, and we came across, you know, sometimes how the trains just stop randomly on the lines, and this train had stopped, and I looked at my mate and I said, "Mate, maybe we should just jump on this thing and go to Melbourne and start afresh." A very dear friend of mine, a couple of very dear friends from high school are actually here tonight, which is really, really lovely. Thank you for coming. And they would know that this is the kind of weird shit I used to do. But I jumped on the train. We jumped on this train, this freight train. I didn't have shoes on. This is the time before mobile phones. I didn't even have a wallet. Anyway, this is the story I normally tell about this song. It's a song for all the lost boys that never got to where they're going. But it's also, I want to tell you another part of the story tonight, because the last time I played this, I was playing in a hospital ward up here, just up the road. Again, I really don't play in hospitals that much. I know I've played it up, it's the second bit of banter, and it's the second time I've mentioned being a hero, playing in a hospital. No, but a very dear friend of mine was in a really nasty car accident, and he was on his bike, someone hit him in a car. He's in a coma for, 30-something days, and his brother and I were in there with him, one of the vigils in the ICU, and I played this song, and I thought he's somehow miraculously, it's been a miracle sort of recovery, and he's here tonight, and so I thought I'd play this song. Hope you're not applauding me, applaud him. I won't point him out because it'll be, embarrassing, but yeah, this is a song about holding on.
We were walking in the night when we saw the freight cars on the tracks. And when we climbed up on the side of them, we had the cold steel at our backs. When the whole thing started moving out, we let the warm wind pull our sleeves. As we rode on past the last house, we threw ourselves down in the leaves. And if I could travel back there somehow, before that moment had gone, I would whisper through the starlight, brothers, hold on. Out across the water with the ocean in our head, the dark clouds building up in front of us. We were breathing wild air, and the sky was full of flashing light. The mast was shaking with the sound, but we didn't reach the other side before we turned that boat around. And if I could travel back there somehow, before that moment had gone, I would call out to the falling rain, and brothers, hold on. Brothers, hold on. You were sitting there in your bedroom with a biro in your hand. You were shaking in the lamplight, just a boy without a plan. You were steaming up the windows, 'cause you were breathing through the pain of being caught between the wild storm and a runaway train, a runaway train. back there somehow before that moment had gone. I would sing out through the darkness, and I call out through the pouring rain. I'd whisper through the starlight, brother, hold on. Brother, hold on. Brother, hold on. My brother's hold on. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you so much for sticking around. It feels late, but it's like 6:15. Probably says more about where I'm at. I've been lucky enough to travel around this country a bunch of times and play to a lot of different audiences, but there's something really, and I don't just say this to everyone, there's something really incredibly special about playing at this particular venue with the planes going over and the wonderful people. I wrote this next song and to sort of understand that it's kind of I don't know, I've been in a lot of different weird and wonderful places and some not so wonderful, and I think there was a particular workers club in a particular mining town a very long way away, and I had a few of those conversations to sort of get you wondering, where are we at as a place, as a country, as a nation? And I wanted to write a political song, but I always feel like when you do that, you sound like a wanker. So so other people can pull it off, just not me. So to understand this song, it's writing as though it's from the perspective of Australia as a place, trying to talk to us about all the unresolved contradictions that lie at the heart of this land.
I'm the first light of a new dawn. I'm the last light of a fading star. I'm the longest road to nowhere, and I am the way home, no matter how far. I'm a dying river winding out across the soul. I'm a train just whistling in the dark. I'm the ghost of a man who has forgotten his name, in the undergrowth waiting for a spark. I'm all that you say didn't happen. I'm the story that you tell yourself. I'm a gun going off in some foreign land. I'm the last bottle up on the shelf. And I'm all of the lies of your leaders, and I am the truth you can't forget. I'm your mateship, and I'm your medals, clenched fists, and I am regret. like teeth under the water, like a snake in the grass. I'm all that's gonna kill you and nothing I go lost. I am lucky, I am lost, I am scared. I am lucky, I am lost, I am scared. I'm a leaky boat out on the water. I'm all that you used to own. I'm the innocent behind the wire, and I am the guilty with the microphone. All of your hope for a better world, and I fear of the one you made. Yeah, I am a fire 40,000 years old, on the embers even as they fade. Yeah, I am a fire 40,000 years old, on the embers even as they fade. And like teeth under the water, like a snake in the grass, but I'm all that's gonna kill you. And nothing I will lost. I am lucky, I am lost, I am scared. You can wear me like a flag and wrap me around your chest. You can tell me that you love me. You can say that we're the best, but we'll be lucky, we'll be lost, we'll be scared. We'll be lucky, we'll be lost, we'll be scared.
Can you guys keep that round of applause going for Emma Luca, who's just a phenomenal person. As good as she is at playing fiddle, like the best person I know, she's even better at just being a solid, wonderful person. So there you go. Enough about Emma. Here's another song about me. So on these travels around Australia, I sort of had this habit. My partner and I, we've got 3 little kids, and we've got this habit of quite irresponsibly selling a lot of our stuff and moving into terrible old caravans and travelling around the country. And it sounds very romantic, but I had a big birthday not that long ago, and you sort of look back at everyone who's bought their house and done all the sort of adult stuff, and anyway, my big birthday was nothing like a big birthday, is there, to get you thinking about your life choices. And at that particular moment, I had very little to show for my life except for this wonderful family and, these new friends we'd made on this beach called 80 Mile Beach, which is in the northwest. Anyone been to 80 Mile Beach? It's like northwest of WA, a long way away. Anyway, they got these 14-metre tides. So when the tide goes out, it's just kilometres of this glassy mirror ocean and the sun setting, and it was just, I don't know, I sort of had this sort of feeling of like maybe I didn't stuff everything up. This is a song about that. Just going to try and get that string in tune because I promise it'll sound better if I do. Just chat amongst yourselves. Or just listen awkwardly, that'll work as well. That's perfect. You know, when an artist says chat amongst yourselves, they don't really mean it, do they? They never really mean it. All right, this is
Go to bed when the sun goes down. Wake with the first light on my face. Feel the fire on my feet again. Hear the wind blow through my skin. I've never been this far west before. I never had my ankles in the Indian Ocean. So bend the horizon across my eyes. I haven't seen any clouds since the start of July. This isn't what we planned, but it's what we want, 'cause we don't know what we had until it's gone. Till it's gone. I didn't know how much I needed the sun shining on my chest. I didn't know how much I needed the stars lighting up my way, there and back again. I get the taste of salt water on my lips, the smell of secondhand books I'm breathing in, playing my songs in a new town tonight. Making new friends in a fading light, in a fading light. This isn't what we planned, it is what we want, 'cause we don't know what we had until it's gone. And I didn't know that getting older could be this beautiful. This beautiful.
You guys going okay out there? You're really quiet, which is a lovely sign of respect unless you just really want to go and you're looking for that awkward, not too awkward a moment. Should we play the game where you just yell out a word? How you going? How you going? Someone said ridiculous. That's the first thing I heard. That's beautiful. Good. A few more just to make me feel like I know what's going on out there in your hearts. Delightful. I like it. Someone, I think I heard intense in there. I agree with you. Yeah. Content. Oh, content. I thought you said intense. I was like, no, well, yeah, I'm sort of with you. This song has a really long story. You okay with a really long story? Great. This song starts 200 years ago. The story starts 200 years ago. The song starts relatively recently, and it's starts with a man who had a dream for a new world, a utopia he was going to set up. This is back in the age of expansion, age of colonization. And so he had this idea he was going to have this place where they're only going to have people of high moral character and high moral stature. They weren't going to need police officers or really even hospitals because they're all going to be healthy people. So it's quite a dreamer's dream. And you may or may not know this, but the guy's name was Edward Gibbon Wakefield, and the place he was talking about was Adelaide, on the other side of the planet. So, believe it or not, there was a decree. I think it was King Edward at the time. Someone who's better at history than me may correct me, but the king said that for the natives of that land, that they should be compensated in full for any loss of land, life, or property. And that was for the decree for South Australia, for the South Australian colony. So, it's a pretty amazing story, I reckon. But that guy was actually in prison at the time for attempting to abduct a wealthy heiress. So there you go, we got all sorts. Anyway, there's a guy on the coast of Germany, a Lutheran missionary who heard about this new world and heard about the king's decree about looking after the natives of this land, as they were called at the time. And anyway, he wanted to come here and he wanted to minister to those people. And he wanted to find out what their lives were like and what their stories were like. And so him and his best friend got on a ship. And they had no money, no support. And they arrived here in 1838. And they're looking forward to living in the new world, you know. And they walked up from Holdfast Bay up to the city. And then when they got to the South Parklands, they saw that same evidence of colonial brutality that had followed empire around the world, and they were heartbroken, these guys, you know. So they saw what was happening to the Kaurna people. And anyway, they thought the only thing we can do is to go and meet these people, meet what's left of these communities. And so they sat down and they met King Rodney and King Saturday, and they said, we want to set up a school. Do you mind if we're going to set up a school where young Kaurna kids can learn Kaurna language and they can learn their own song lines on the banks of the Torrens. Maybe less than a kilometre behind us, they set up this school. And they wrote a dictionary of Kaurna language, which, anyway, when I was at university, I came across this guy and I was like, man, his name's Christian Gottlieb Tarkelman. And I thought, this guy's living outside of time, you know, like what an incredible person, what an incredible figure to be sitting there in our history, the history of this place. And he's sort of a tortured soul, you know, he's sort of stuck between this massive machine of colonisation and what he wanted to do and what he thought he might be able to do for these people. And anyway, time passed, and they reckon in about 1935, the last fully fluent speaker of Kaurna passed away and that language went to sleep. But in the late 90s, they were able to wake that language back up thanks to Christian Gottlieb Tarkelman's dictionary, you know. So anyway, I've been pretty inspired. I wrote some essays about this guy, and many years later, I was at my grandmother's house, and I was helping her to move some boxes around, and I came across a photo of this guy and his dictionary, and the photo was from the 1880s, and it's a German guy with a sort of a belly button length beard and no shirt on. And I said, Grandma, I know this guy. I know who this is. And I know what this book is. And I said, why have you got it? And she said, oh, she just looked at me and smiled and said, well, he's your great-great-great-grandfather. So this is a song for, I wrote a song about it, and it's about him, but more importantly, it's about the Ghana people and their 200-year struggle to keep their culture alive. Maggie, do you want to join us with this as well?
He watched his home become a line between the ocean and the pearl sky. But that breeze was full of memories and ghosts, so he breathed it into his lungs for the last time. Before 6 months of unending horizons, 6 months of seeing soul and sun, 6 months to understand that there are things that a man does, it can never be undone. And he landed on the beach with his best friend in the heat, and walked those long and dusty miles into town. He talked about the better world they'd make, even if they had to build it up out of the ground. When they arrived, they first smelt and saw the horror, and wept like Adam with that apple in his hand. 'Cause here in the heart of a new world, the same strange fruit it hung above the sand. And they said, oh, how weary eyes, all that they have seen. I am laying down all I've been carrying. Went straight down to the riverbank, sat with the oldest living people on the earth. He said, teach me your language and your stories, and I promise that I'll write down every word. They said all that we have is disappearing, how young and old, they're dying in the dust, 'cause that white man's a taker, and he's taken nearly everything from us. And they said, oh, how weary eyes, all that they have seen. We are laying down, oh, we've been carrying, we've been carrying. They are all long gone now, buried in our dreams about the past. But a handful remain who still remember the names and keep the words that he wrote written on their hearts. They say so much water has flowed down this river, and we're still waiting to begin. They treated us like we were nothing, but he treated us like kin. We sing, oh, how weary eyes, all that they have seen. We are laying down, oh, we've been carrying. We sing, oh, how weary eyes, all that they have seen. We are laying down,
Thank you so much. Because you guys are so lovely and you're listening like we're in a library, do you mind if we do this one acoustic, do a little acoustic one? That means we unplug the instruments and one person's okay with it, everyone else is feeling a bit unsure. We'll try and win you over. There's at least 2 more planes while we do this. Town that you grew in, and the road takes you far away. Hope your world is bigger when you come back. You can roll together, my love. Are they all together, back? Come true, ways that you never could have planned. Hope you always keep a place inside yourself for the things that you don't understand. Hope your money runs out and you lose everything that you owe. If it means you make peace, hunger that is living inside your bones. Shines out of your eyes, and I hope we grow together, my love. For they all forget about us. 'Cause when we're gone, leave this all behind. I hope you never stop looking Thank you, man. I've got this wonderful little clock up here. And the second hand is a pint glass that's going like...
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. How good. Tells me I've got enough time for a couple more songs. And maybe even a story. This is another story. Yes, a lot of people are here for the stories. So this song, I came across this story. It's not my own. I came across this story about a man on the north coast of Japan who he lost someone very dear to him and just did not know what he was going to do with his grief. And so he got one of those old, those red phone boxes. Apparently they had them in Japan, and he put one out in his garden, and he would go out there and just talk to his dearly beloved who was gone. And if that's not achingly sad enough for a heartfelt folk song, he after the tsunami hit Japan, he I can't remember when that was, maybe 2011, 2013, 2009. I'm terrible with dates, but other people heard about this phone, and it was called. They called it the phone of the wind. And sort of before he knew it, hundreds and thousands of people would line up silently to go and pick up that phone and say what they needed to say to people who were lost really suddenly. So you can. There's a podcast called Just One More Thing. You can literally go and listen to hours and hours of what people said, translations of it, and it's heartbreaking and it's beautifully affirming of all that makes us human. So I wrote a song about that, and I'm going to play that. Well, I heard about a man in old Suji town who had a hole in his heart he couldn't fill. 'Cause when she left, his whole world ended. From then on, nothing seemed real. Nothing seemed put an old-fashioned phone booth in his garden and hung an old-fashioned phone there on the wall to tell her all he should have said while she was living. And all he could only say, now she was gone, now she was gone. When it all came apart, he was at home. He watched it unraveling on a screen. He said, there's nothing I can do to help here, 'cause I have already lost everything. Yeah, I've lost everything. But in the morning, he heard someone speaking. He saw a crowd gathered on his land. It's all people with missing pieces. He saw a father with that pole in his hand. Heard him say, love, I built our house back up out of the ruin. Laid 4 candles in a circle on the floor. But when I lit them, it felt just as empty, and I don't know what it means anymore.
what it means anymore. Heard a girl say, Dad, I have that violin you gave me. One you saved from before I was born. I have the songs in a pile by your bedside, but I can't play them now. The music is gone. The music is gone. This is one more thing before I go. There's one more thing that I wanted you to know, that I wanted you to know. He saw a whole family standing silent in his yard, their hard, heavy faces without any tears. When they squeezed in and dialed her number, they cried their eyes out for the first time in years, for the first time in years. And as he watched them walking back to the street, he could see all their grief was still there. There was something in the way they looked out. He knew somehow it was easier to bear. It was easier to bear. And there are some who won't believe what they can't see. They can't see the point of any of those calls. They can't see wires leading up to heaven. He said maybe they can't see anything at all. He said I see our words carried out on the wind, across the hillside and up through the trees, high above this broken city, into the pain. It's brought it to its knees. It's brought it to its knees. He says there's one more thing before I go. There's one more thing that I wanted. There's one more thing before I go. There's one more thing, oh, that I wanted you to know, oh, that I wanted you to know, oh, that I wanted you to know, oh, oh, oh. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I forgot how long that song went. Which is why we don't have a huge amount of time. Do you guys want to have a little sing with us? That's good. Thank you. Can you maybe raise your hand now if you think you're a pretty shit singer? Nice and high. Like, don't be shy. It's okay. It's who you are. Yeah, great. Put your hand up if you think you might be an okay singer, maybe, but you're really too shy to sing in front of other people ever. Anyone in that boat? You sort of dobbed yourselves in, but I really want you guys to sing really, really loudly for this. You know, I spend my time like hearing people like Emma, and hearing people like Maggie sing, and they're, you know, beautiful, liquid vocals. You know, so if you can just sing as loud and out of tune as you like, that would that's totally fine. This song's it's got a sing along bit, and I'm just checking out the pint clock to figure out if I've got enough time to tell you the story. 6:53. Thank you. How many seconds? It's gonna matter. 25 seconds. All right, it's super quick. When COVID happened, we didn't think this was ever going to happen again. You know, coming together and singing and being in the same place. And this makes me really happy. And I hope you're all feeling okay and not too down after that last song. But this, thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you for sticking around, and it means a huge amount to me. Anyway, back when we were stuck in COVID, and you remember there was that moment we felt like this was never going to end, like we were just stuck in this, and maybe we won't ever leave our houses again. And so I started playing songs, doing these Instagram live stream things, which I discovered at the time. Yes, got some people who were keen on that. And I started, and I played an original and a cover, and then I did it again on the second night, and then the third night at 8 o'clock, I did it again. And I thought, that was good, 3 nights in a row. But then it didn't look like this was ever going to clear up. So some friends messaged me and said, hey, Tim, I reckon we should do that again. Just keep going. So anyway, 100 nights later, I shit you not, like 100 different originals, 100 different covers. Those people were applauding. Yep, thank you very much. The last 25, pretty bizarre. Digging into my back catalogue. But on the last night, I got everyone to sing this song, and I said, if you want to actually record yourself singing it later, send it to me, and we'll put it on the on a single. And so they did, and there was like 100 and something, 155, 160 voices, including a whole community choir somewhere on the other, you know, from all around the world. People put their voices onto this thing. So yeah, that's that story. Anyway, I'm gonna sing it to you now, and I'd love you to sing along. So the sing along bit goes like this: sing along, da, da, sing along, da, da, sing along, da, da. Do you guys want to have a crack at that? Sing it like da, da. Sing it like da, da. Sing it like da, da, da. Thank you. That's very sweet and beautiful. But I've got a feeling that it's only the people who are confident singers who are singing. And I've got a feeling that the people who are really shit at singing, you know, there's going to be a moment where you can sing as loud as you possibly can at the end of this, if you're up for it. And you just got to think to yourself, is there going to be another opportunity this week to sing really, really loud and badly in public? And it would mean a lot to me if you did. So there you go. Can you guys give a mad round of applause for the wonderful Maggie Rutchins? What a legend. And the wonderful Emma Luca again for just being the top. She pulled this thing together tonight. You're here because of her. And again, Kev, you get 2 applause. What a champion on sound. He somehow manages to cope when I, you know, leave my pedal off as well. So what a champion. You guys have been really amazing, and I really appreciate you. My name's Tim Moore. Thank you so much. When a good thing goes, like the fog that lifts the dome, like 2 bodies leaning close, just keeping warm. It was a nameless feeling that pulled us through the door. We went out. We went out. We went out. And the reasons we came were not the reasons that we stayed.
with the melody sweet and the words running deep in our veins. Oh, we went out. We went out. We went out. Here we go, first time. He was singing la da da, la da da, la da da. That was pretty good, but you just need to sing like a million times louder when we do it again. Can I just get a yeah? Like, yeah, we're gonna do that, Tim. Yeah, hell yeah. And we held our glasses up and we listened in the dark to the sound of somebody singing right out of their hearts, like the world was a whole and we were all beautiful parts. We went out. We went out. We went out. This is why we went out. So let's drink this wine like it's water and see it in the morning again. Because we've been to the bottom, but this is not falling. With our arms round our brothers, sisters and strangers and friends. Oh, we'll sing like we mean it. We have all seen it. We'll sing like we're breathing again. Here we go. Singing la da da. Singing la da da. Singing la. So much, you guys are great.